Hi everyone, thanks for jumping back. Just a really quick update on Ocugen. I've already adjusted the chart yesterday because I had a huge update on several stocks yesterday and some cryptos like Bitcoin and Solana, as well as Ocugen. And yeah, because we saw some interesting movements here on the chart, and then I did it live in the update. So you can check that out from yesterday in the description down below. And otherwise, let's jump in here. For everyone who's new to this channel, I'm currently tracking either in the blue scenario an A, B, C wave, but this needs to be adjusted as well. We do that together today. Or I'm tracking in the bullish scenario that we found a bottom here. Got 5 waves in the larger wave 1 here to the upside, and saw A, B, C in the subwave structure into the second wave here. And now the question is, can we form 5 waves again in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in again larger wave 1, and then we would look for another 3-wave structure into the second wave, and then we can trade the third wave of the third wave to the upside. So let's jump in, and we are already on the 4-hour chart here. So in the white scenario, we wanted to see a breakthrough, the $1.61. Why? Because the C wave to the downside would get invalidated at that point here. I think it was here what was it? Oh, wait. Let's measure it again. I think it was here. No. A little bit higher. Higher. Yes, there. Yes. The idea was, as you can see here, okay, I will make it yellow. So the idea was there, if we have a C wave here to the downside in blue, in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So C waves are always in 5 waves. So this will be here some educational content for you to understand the Elliott waves. This is the first wave, wave 1, second wave 2, third wave, fourth wave, and that would give us the 5th wave to the downside in the blue C wave. But our key spot here was the $1.61. Why? Because it's the key resistance zone for the 4th wave. Any price above that price would invalidate the 4th wave, therefore the C wave to the downside. I hope that makes sense for you. Otherwise, yeah, you can just comment and ask me, and I will try to explain it in more details. So therefore, this cannot be a C wave anymore to the downside. And therefore, this is not an ABC structure to the downside if we are still in the bearish alternative. And therefore, if this is not a 5-way structure to the downside, it can only be a 3-way structure to the downside. So we got already an A wave, B wave, C wave to the downside. And now the question is, was it a larger A wave here? So ABC in a larger A wave in blue. And if yes, then I'm looking here for a 3-wave structure in A, B, C in the larger blue B wave. And after that, I'm looking for a 5-wave structure in C to the downside in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which would complete a Y wave. So yeah, this gives us already an idea what it is. It cannot be an A wave here at that point. It has to be a 3-way structure as well, because we're looking for a WXY. I will explain it here. A wave, B wave, C wave to the downside in W. And now the X wave has to be a 3-way structure as well. So the bears would look for an A wave, B wave, C wave, or the WXY in a larger X wave. And therefore, this one has to be an ABC as well in blue. A wave, B wave, C wave to the downside to complete the Y wave. This is the count what the bears are looking for. This gets more and more speculative, or it would get less likely if we hold this key spot here at $1.54. Why? Because, so let's put the $1.61 out. Because this would look more like a 5-wave structure to the upside here. And therefore I'm looking here for wave 1, and this gets more and more likely if we can hold 3 waves to the downside afterwards. This is why the 1-2 setups have the best reward to risk ratios in Elliott Wave trading, because you get a confirmation here. So we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves to the upside. It cannot be longer in a B wave here, or it gets less likely. I mean, you can always count a 5-wave structure in 3 waves, but anyway, that's too much details here. But what I want to point out here, it's really important for the bulls right now to hold this $1.54. So if we grind higher here, I would label it as, or I would count it still as an extension of this 3rd wave here to the upside. So the support zone would rise with the price to the upside. But if we get a pullback right now or today, then I would look here that the price is holding the $1.54, and from there on I want 1 wave more to the upside into the 5th wave to the upside, which would complete a larger wave 1, and then we will look for 3 waves down into the 2nd wave here with a stop loss below the start of the wave 1, and then we could trade the 3rd wave of the 3rd wave, which could accelerate really fast to the upside. But anyway, that's just speculating currently. It's important for the bulls to hold this level here. Breaking below, would signal that we, especially if we get a fast drop below, something like an impulse, then it's probably the 1st wave of the C wave here to the downside in the Y wave. So A, B, C, and then 2, 3, 4, 5. But I mean, the probabilities shift towards the bullish scenario. So let me quickly change here the count, because as I explained, it's no longer an ABC. It can only be an W, X, Y. And let's quickly change here the wave degree. So WXY, 3-way structure, 3-way structure, 3-way structure in A, B, C for the bears. And for the bulls, we're looking now for 5 waves to the upside. If you liked that video, please like and subscribe, and check also out our WAP link down below, where you get currently 90 days for free to access our Telegram group. I send there daily updates on several stocks and cryptos. So otherwise, see you next time, and bye-bye.